Tuesday on Kababayan LA, we are talking about the spirit of EDSA, People Power. That was 25 years ago. We're talking about the first one, of course, that toppled the dictatorship of Ferdinand Marcos. And here are some tweets that we got earlier. It's a mix of positive and negative. Let's look at the first tweet right here. It says, EDSA spirit has been overstretched and has become a political instrument for those who seek money, power, and prestige. Okay, and let's take a look at some of the tweets first. I guess EDSA has become just an event now because there's still corruption in our government, which the spirit of EDSA is against. Also, let's take a look at the third one. EDSA, 25 years of commemoration, nothing else. Thank you so much to all those that have tweeted. We're going to be showing some more tweets for you later on in the show. But Deputy Consul Janice Spiritu is here joining us from the Philippine Consulate General in Los Angeles, and Jolene Levid, one of our community organizers here in the community. Earlier, there was a question. Deputy Consul Dan was saying that there are systems in place in the institution. The government is doing something about political killings, about human rights violations and all that, and you had said that you didn't agree.
I think that there's a real difference between short-term fixes or attempts to kind of appease some of the previous administration's oversight on things like the political killings. But I really think that it's important that we take a comprehensive look at the government, politically, economically, and then that bleeds in socially. So when I say that politically we still see an oligarchy or like these concentrations of individuals.
But you see, the oligarchy also, they run for office and people vote for them. So can we blame the government for that?
Yeah, the bureaucracy hardly does that.
We can, but we also have to take a critical look at even like the people that run under these new constitutional amendments that allow for the marginalized to run. Like, for example, the party list.
Yes. Oh.
And how people from the military or people that were involved in these scandals as police officers are using the party list system in order to gain foot when they might not have enough, they might not have the millions or billions that other, political, exactly, they don't have the machinery, but then they're using these constitutional amendments to get their foot in the door. And so
I guess, one thing that can be taken from this conversation is the problem is just so deep, so heavily entrenched into our society that the spirit of EDSA sort of becomes like just a symbol. And it's a symbol of inspiration that is sadly being exploited by some selfish politicians. What do we do about that? How do we show our disgust for that? And how do we show that we won't stand for it as a community?
I guess that's where democratic participation comes in. As they said, it takes two to tango. You may have structures, but in the end, the people themselves also should exercise their own responsibility.
Okay.
Without the people's responsibility or sense of responsibility in this, you can have all those perfect structures, but mind you, this is a world of human beings, imperfect human beings with their own vested interests, and unless some other groups would come out, nobler groups would come out to counter this vested interest, you'll never see any improvement.
Okay, individual responsibility. Say, for example, do not elect people from the state, like Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. There's so many bad press about her, and a lot of people are disgusted with the way she handled the presidency in her administration. But here she is, a congresswoman. She got elected.
Janelle, look at our people. We condemn all those corrupt people, all those people we call evil, oppressive, and etc. But when these same politicians come out, what do the people do? They race over each other just to have their pictures taken with them.
Yes,
see?
Yes.
I mean,
and
they'd rather vote for actors.
I know. Why is it like that, Jolene? What can we do?
There's something wrong with us. We should also improve ourselves. We should also exercise our own responsibility. And there is this democratic space for it. Now, what's the role of organized groups, including civil society, NGOs, and all the other interest groups? Their role is to educate the population, organize them, mobilize them. So the space is there. It's not just for us to exercise.
And isn't that what you're doing, Jolene? You're organizing the people. I get your press releases. I know that you're holding rallies and freedom of speech, like talking about it. But is it enough?
Well, I think that I think what the consulate is bringing up are very valid points, and I also just want to point out that the ballot box is not the only way to assert or to change the system.
How else?
This is so. When I say that we're looking at comprehensive structural change, the people are looking for an alternative, not just these baby step improvements that they might not see in their lifetime, probably won't see in their lifetime. And so when we say that the government, and I brought up the oligarchs over and over again, is run by these folks, like we're saying that we have to abolish that system.
So maybe something to do with the Constitution?
That might not come from election process.
Okay, we're going to be talking about this a little bit more. It's getting heated. Okay, we're going to be talking about this a little bit more when we return. Don't go away.
Ang Kababayan LA ay hatid sa inyo ng McDonald's at ang mga bagong McCafe Espresso drinks. McDonald's na ba ang inyong bagong coffee house? Ang mga bagong McCafe Espresso drinks ay mabilis, masarap at mas mura pa. Kahit saan, kahit